If you want small changes in your life, work on your attitude. But if you want big and primary changes, work on your paradigm. If we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to keep getting what we're getting. Between stimulus and response, there is a space where we choose our response. You can't talk your way out of problems you behave yourself into. If you carefully consider what you want to be said of you in the funeral experience, you will find your definition of success. In the last analysis, what we are communicates far more eloquently than anything we say or do. Live out of your imagination, not your history. The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. Listen with the intent to understand, not the intent to reply. Effective leadership is putting first things first. Effective management is discipline, carrying it out. Every time you think the problem is out there, that very thought is the problem. Leadership is a choice, not a position. Synergy is better than my way or your way. It's our way. Instead, I have an abundance mentality. When people are genuinely happy at the successes of others, the pie gets larger. Listen with your eyes for feelings. What is common sense isn't common practice. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. The proactive approach to a mistake is to acknowledge it instantly, correct and learn from it. Your most important work is always ahead of you, never behind you. Strength lies in differences, not in similarities. If there's one thing that's certain in business, it's uncertainty. Find your voice and inspire others to find theirs. Remember, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. The true identity theft is not financial. It's not in cyberspace. It's spiritual. It's been taken. The challenge of work-life balance is without question one of the most significant struggles faced by modern man. Principles are guidelines for human conduct that are proven to have enduring, permanent value. Everyone must be proactive and do all they can to help themselves to stay employed. To learn something but not to do is really not to learn. To know something but not to do is really not to know. You can retire from a job, but don't ever retire from making extremely meaningful contributions in life. There are three constants in life: change, choice and principles. Accountability breeds responsibility. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Stop setting goals. Goals are pure fantasy unless you have a specific plan to achieve them. Life is not accumulation, it is about contribution. The deepest desire of the human spirit is to be acknowledged. I believe in this concept that you learn by teaching. What is to the body, to feel understood is to the heart. We see the world not as it is, but as we are. Some habits of ineffectiveness are rooted in our social conditioning toward quick fix, short-term thinking. A little over 5% of the world's population produces almost 29% of the world's goods and services. Every time I see high-trust cultures, I see a lessening of adversarialism. I affirm to you the tremendous potential you have, not beyond anything you could ever imagine. It's amazing how confused and distracted and misdirected so many people are. Trust is central to an economy that works. The world has entered an era of the most profound and challenging change in human history. Most negotiators are trying to get their way. I believe in Coach Louis Wong. He is so much more than just a football coach. When we value correct principles, we have truth, a knowledge of things as they are. The spirit of America has nurtured responsibility and community unlike any other country. One of the things that I have admired about India is the spiritualism of the people. Outsourcing is inevitable, and I don't think it's necessarily treating people like things. Light is the greatest disinfectant in nature and also in organizations. We are not animals. We are not a product of what has happened to us in our past. We have the power of choice. Public behavior is merely private character writ large. The roots of the problems we face in the world, in our national life, and in our family and personal lives are spiritual. We need to have business leaders who live by deep, strong principles.